Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live. De'Vondre Campbell joins us for another Victory Monday show. And hanging out with the captain is one of the offensive standouts of the season. Rookie wide receiver Christian Watson is here. The Packers are rolling and need just one more victory to clinch a postseason berth. We'll get the guys' thoughts on this winning streak, the playoffs, and more. As for the Vikings, not so scary, are they? Plus, tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge is an oldie but a goodie, and we're giving away more tickets, too. It's time to get started, so let's open the door.
Hey, good Monday night, everybody. Welcome back to the Clubhouse Kitchen Bar. We're hanging out inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post-Crescent. Unbelievable crowd here. How's everybody feeling tonight? This reminds me almost of the night Aaron Rodgers was here way back when. So this is crazy energy, crazy fun. Amazing what a 4-game winning streak does, right? Feeling pretty good about the Packers as they're going into Sunday night. Hey, before we get going, we couldn't get the show started without our door openers, right? We ought to give a round of applause to Vita of Appleton and Finley, Brooklyn, and Graham of Neenah. How about that? All right. They got the guys in, and how about let's keep those claps coming. How do you guys like Packers 41, Vikings 17? How fun was that, right? Wow. Touchdowns on offense, defense, and special teams propelled the Packers as they routed the rival Vikings on Sunday at an amped-up Lambeau Field to ring in the new year in resounding fashion, right? How about Keyshawn Nixon? He cemented his status as the league's most dangerous return man with a 105-yard kickoff return for a score. The first Packers touchdown on a kickoff return since Randall Cobb way back in 2011. How about Darnell Savage? He got in on the fun with a 75-yard pick six. Aaron Rodgers, he threw for a touchdown, ran for another, a 2-yard scamper, and he displayed the championship belt, didn't he? He's feeling it. Aaron Jones had a big game, 111 rushing yards of the Packers, 163 total yards on the ground. And how about that defense yesterday? Those guys limited the Vikings to just 208 yards on the 9 drives the starters were in and came up with a huge and early goal line stand, right? That proved to be the tone setter, forcing 4 turnovers, all of which were turned into touchdowns. How about that for the defense? Green Bay, 41 straight points against the Vikings to clinch its 4th straight win. Another big game coming up, right? Sunday night, Lambeau Field against the Detroit Lions. A Green Bay-Detroit matchup that will be one of the bigger showdowns in recent series history for sure against the Lions. So what's at stake? Simple. Win and the Packers are in, right? It's that simple. You know who likes it? Happy Vince is here. Happy Vince, thrilled Vince, pumped up Vince, elated Vince. He loves beating the Vikings, and he loves his football players. They're sitting right over there. First, we got our co-host. We'll bring him up here in a second. It is the all-pro linebacker. We call him the captain. De'Vondre Campbell is here again. And check out who's hanging out with De'Vondre. It is the rookie wide receiver. Christian Watson is here. All right. First, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors. We'll start with Cellcom. Let those folks help you accomplish your resolution to save with their largest sign-on bonus ever. Get $500 when activating a new smartphone line, plus make the switch to Cellcom and get up to an additional $650 per line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. East Wisconsin Savings Bank, they help members build a wonderful life. Learn about all of their services at eastwist.com. And, of course, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, sitting right over there. Your Center for Dental Excellence. Voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist on this year's Best of the Bay. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve, your dream smile. So, I hate to do this, folks, because he is the biggest Debbie Downer of the world. It is when I have to introduce the other member of the Clubhouse Live crew. Talk about ruining a party, right? Ruining the mood. It is Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello.
Debbie
everybody.
Downer. What? You guys should be happy.
Hey, Ricardo, your Bears looking really good these days, huh?
Yeah, they look like a team that has a number 2 pick in the draft next year.
They got to sit Justin Fields.
I agree with you. He got hit a few too many
He's
times.
getting banged. 41-10, Ricardo. They're a mess.
Hey, they were just making sure they weren't going to win that game.
Are they going to fire their coach like the Broncos
no.
fired Nathaniel Hackett,
No,
right?
no.
It's a mess down in Chicago.
No, not a mess. They got
It's
a lot
a
of
mess.
picks, a lot of money. They'll be fine.
That's enough about your Bears because nobody cares. What they do
You
care
love
about
them.
is this is an interactive show, right?
It is, and we got quite the active chat going on. A lot of folks online. Brett, if they have any comments or questions, if anybody out there on online has a comment or question, I'll get those over to you, over to De'Vondre, or over to Christian right quick.
Yeah, hashtag is Clubhouse Live, and please give us a follow on Twitter. I'm at PC Brett C. Ricardo is at Ricardo De Leon, right?
That's right.
De'Vondre is at Came_along_way. Christian is at Christian W 2017. And please, please, please give us a like on Facebook, Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So look at the Lions welcome mat next to the desk for the guys to stomp their feet all over, right? They need some more karma. So when the guys come up here, they stomp their feet all over the newest, ugliest logo in all of sports as we get ready for the big Lions showdown. So let's get our co-host over here pronto. He is in his 7th NFL season, his 2nd with the Packers. He's a tackling machine. He secures big interceptions, doesn't he? He scores touchdowns. He's an all-pro. And he's also an MVP. More on that in a moment. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for the All-Pro, the captain. It is Green Bay Packers linebacker number 59, De'Vondre Campbell. The captain is back. That's what I like. I like being back here. I like hanging out with the captain. What do you think, huh? Look at this place. I mean, I think we're breaking every fire code in the city of Appleton, maybe the state of Wisconsin tonight.
I think we're okay as long as everybody keeps it down.
Yeah.
Keeps it down.
I tell you what, De'Vondre, I mean, it is hot in here. I'm about ready to strip down a little bit, right? To kind of disrobe a little bit.
These lights seem a little bit brighter than normal.
That's a 4-game winning streak does that for you as well.
That's okay. I think we're ready for it.
This is fun stuff.
Gotta always be ready for the moment.
We're ready for the moment. We're ready for the show. And before we get started, I do want to wish a very happy birthday to a young lady sitting right over there. It is Trish, I understand, right there.
Yes, happy birthday.
29 years old.
Man, that is beautiful.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, you can never take a day for granted.
You know you can't.
Never.
You can't. So... Well, it's good to be here. Good to be back. Welcome. Happy New Year to you.
Yes, man. It was 2022 last time I
haven't seen you since last year. I know.
It's a blessing. We made it.
We made it. Any big New Year's resolutions for the captain?
I kind of like to manifest things, so just want to take it one day at a time, and hopefully sometime second week in February, I'll be very excited with the results.
It's way more realistic now, isn't it? We'll talk about that. My resolution was to be nicer to Ricardo, but I've already broke that, and we're only.
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Well, it's tough. I mean, look at that guy. And by the way, speaking of trying to be nice, you got Vikings fan. He's hiding back over there, De'Vondre. He was at the game yesterday.
Usually he's loud and proud, got the purple and gold going.
Yeah,
it's not going today, huh?
Not so much tonight. Not so much tonight. So. Well, let's do this. Before we talk about yesterday's route, Rosie, can you get the photo of De'Vondre up there? Look at the MVP right there. Look at this guy. De'Vondre Campbell was named the NFLPA Community MVP for Week 16, and this is why, because he donated $50,000 in gifts for 25 families in need so they could enjoy the holiday season. How about that? The families were in the Green Bay area and in Minnesota, where you live in the offseason. By the way, you get out of Minnesota, all right? You need to be living here in Green Bay in the Appleton area. Let's get you moved out of Minnesota ASAP.
It's tough.
But your Adopt a Family fundraiser was through your De'Vondre Campbell Family Youth Foundation, which we mentioned earlier on the show, right?
Yes, sir.
4th straight year in which you've executed the campaign. Check this out. Gifts this year to those families included a new car. A washer and dryer set, appliances, toys, and other essential items, and you went door to door delivering the goodies.
Not necessarily door to door, but I did have an event for them at the Boys and Girls Club where I gather all the families, and I kind of do it because I feel it's important to meet them, like put a face to it and just have an opportunity where they can interact. They had games. They were able to play Jenga, basketball, tic-tac-toe, had a bunch of things set up for them. So it was just a pretty cool experience for me as well for them. But I just want to thank everybody that played a part in it. A lot of my teammates, they donated, families, close friends, and everybody. It wasn't just me, it was a team, and everybody pitched in, and I just appreciate everybody that contributed.
Well, there you go. A fantastic effort by this guy.
Yes, thank you.
Giving back, using your platform to give back, right?
Yeah, man, it's important, I feel like everybody deserves to have a good holiday season.
Absolutely. So congratulations and thank you to De'Vondre, everybody who helped out, everybody in Clubhouse Live who chipped in as well and donated some money as well.
Thank you all.
Hey, should we talk about that shellacking yesterday at Lambeau Field? Should we just bask in that for a little bit longer? Rosie, first, let's do the Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. Let's check it out. What is it? Oh, look at that. Look at Jair. Yeah, that's the GIF of the night. Everybody's feeling happy about doing a little happy dance. Ricardo, apparently that's called the gritty.
Yes.
What do you mean? You know what it is. You've been doing it in the office
Do
all
I look
night.
like I can do the gritty?
I
Are you
didn't say
serious?
you did.
You got him on tape doing it?
No.
I didn't say he did it well.
I would pull a back muscle, a hamstring, pop an Achilles if I tried.
You got to
doing something
start
like
slow.
that. How do you start slow doing something like that? I don't know, but
It's all about the movement. Got to get the technique.
Why don't you? Can you do it? Can you show us?
No, I don't know how to do it.
We want to see it, right? We want to see it.
I don't know how to do it.
All right, we won't put you on the spot.
I'm sure there's some kids in here that know how to do it.
We won't put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
everybody's
sore. I'm still sore.
everybody's feeling happy. What's it like going to work, right? Everybody's sky high, confident right now.
I'm not going to say we were surprised, but the reality of it is, a lot of people counted us out a few weeks ago. But like I said before, there's always a chance, and we needed a little bit of help, but the most important part is we had to handle our business. And there was a lot of negativity, like everybody saying the 3 of our last 5 opponents were like top 10 scoring offenses, and we didn't stand a chance. But, kind of took it personal. And I think we just got to continue to play with the chip on our shoulders. And we're gelling at the right time.
Well, one guy playing with a chip on his shoulder, Jair Alexander, right? The guy kind of knows how to back up his.
That's all day, man. And he backs it up.
He did.
He plays probably the toughest position in football. You're gonna give up catches, but it's about how you respond. And what he said, I believe. That first game, as great as JJ is, there were some things that happened in that game that shouldn't have happened. I'm not going to really go into depth on it, but he shouldn't have had as big of a game as he had, and that's just what it is,
And now, one catch, 15 yards. Adam Thielen, 1 catch, 16 yards. So 2 catches for 31 yards for the dynamic duo. Heck of a job in the back end, without a doubt.
Yep.
So, and then Jair was kind of referencing a little bit of a speech he gave after your loss to the Eagles, right? He was saying something like, "Now we're going to see. You guys were 4-8 at the time. Now we're going to see who cares." Did that
like
kind
I
of
said,
trigger something?
At that point in time, you can either do one or two things. A lot of people can pack it in, or you can figure it out. And I think, just the leaders we have in our locker room, there's nobody that I felt like was gonna give up until there was really no hope. And there was never a time where we didn't have hope. We just understood what the situation was. Like I said before, we used up all of our mulligans. We couldn't afford to lose. And the reality of it is, I couldn't do much about it for most of it. I was hurt, but I know when I'm out there, I make a difference.
Yeah, the captain, right? He needs to be out there. So if I would have told you that you would be in a win and in situation going into the final game of the season when you were 4-8 at the time, what would you have told me back then?
Like I said, I'm not surprised. I just knew once I got back, it was going to be a lot different. Like, I knew our offense, I would say the thing I knew the moment I knew the turning point was the Philly game. Even though we lost, our offense put up a lot of points that game, and I was like, if they can give us that amount of points for the rest of the season, I don't think we'll lose to anybody else. Just me, personally, what I was thinking, and that's just how confident I am, and who we are as a team. Like I said, the season didn't go the way we wanted it to up until that point, and some things we could control and some things we couldn't, but we're in full control of our destiny now, and that's all we can ask for.
That's right. It comes down to one game Sunday night at Lambeau Field. By the way, we're giving away tickets tonight. You have to be here to register and win. De'Vondre, we're going to have you draw for those.
Yeah, man, those are some good seats.
Some lucky fan, yeah. Well, it wasn't good seats for our Vikings fan who was there because Tracy Santos won those tickets.
Yeah, you want him to have the best view possible.
He had a great view of that. Apparently,
I've been hearing a lot of excuses.
Rumor has it he was sobbing as he left the stadium yesterday. Just sobbing. So
yeah.
Well, what's the common denominator? What's the common thread in this 4-game winning streak that you've seen?
I just feel like I say, we just playing with a lot of confidence and gelling and playing free more than anything. The reality of it is, when you play for the Packers, you got high expectations, and for the most part, we didn't meet them early on, but we still have an opportunity. And like I always say, all you can ask for is an opportunity, and we asked for it, and here we are. And we've been here before. We just have to make the most of it and continue to do what we've been doing, taking it day by day, having great practices, and just translating from practice to the game.
Speaking of translating practice to the game, 12 takeaways during this 4-game winning streak. How about that? 4 takeaways, including 4 yesterday. One by you, another interception in the Miami game, right? Showing off your hands. So how does that happen? Why does that do you practice that, or is that just capitalizing on opportunities when they're there? How do the turnovers start to come in bunches?
Like I say, you just got to keep doing the right things. Like I've always said, a lot of our losses have come from, just one here is one there. And as of late, everybody's just kind of been clicking, and everything's been falling into position. I wouldn't say we've done anything differently, but like I said, the energy is something that I've noticed drastically just in practice. Our competitive periods have been a lot better, and it's shown up. And that's stuff that you want to see translate, and I think it has been. So we just want to continue to prepare the best we can. Not to say that the results are always going to be what you want, but if we continue to prepare the way we have been, I think we'll be just fine.
A couple more questions, Ricardo, then I'm going to have you get our first audience question of the night. But that goal line stand, folks, right? There was a block punt early in the game. Vikings first and goal at the 1. You held them out of the end zone, right?
Yes.
Held them to a field goal, and then Keyshawn Nixon answers with the 105-yard kickoff return, and then it was ball game from there, right? 41 unanswered points. What did you tell the guys in the huddle as you're getting ready? It's first and goal at the 1. You're the captain right there. And number 2, was that a game changer? Was that a tone setter for you guys defensively?
I think it was. In the huddle, I'm just this is the moments you live for as a defense. We're facing adversity. We obviously wasn't expecting the punt to get blocked, but Coach LaFleur and Rich, they preach it all the time about playing complementary football. And when the one area is lacking or a mistake happens, you have to pick them up. And we always say we hold them to a field goal attempt. There's nothing guaranteed that they're going to make it, but they don't get a touchdown, they get a field goal attempt. And, I think we did a good job in that situation, and that really set the tone for how we kind of knew the game was going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It was all uphill, right, for you guys, downhill for the Vikings. One more thing. Now, you mentioned you control your playoff destiny, right?
Yes,
you win against the Detroit Lions, and you are in the playoffs.
Yeah, we don't have to depend on anybody anymore.
You don't.
Yeah.
But this is not going to phase anybody, because this is how you guys have been playing for the last month.
Yep.
You were 4-8. Every game was must win, right? It was win or go home. So this is no big deal for you guys coming up on Sunday night.
No, it's just another opportunity. Like I say, there's a lot at stake, and we understand that, but we don't treat it any bigger than what it is. It's just another game, and we have to prepare as such and let the chips fall where they may.
We'll see what happens on Sunday night. How about the captain here? The star of the show right here.
No.
We have a young Packer fan, though, over there by Ricardo. Don't stand too close to the Bear fan there, young man, all right? Maybe move away a little bit.
You don't want that bad karma rubbing off on
my
us.
New Year's resolution, I shower every month now.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, this is Adley from Greenville. He has a good question here for De'Vondre. Adley, go ahead.
Mr. Campbell, besides you, who has the second best hair on your team?
There we go. That's what everybody wants to know.
By the way, Brett, you noticed he said second best hair.
The second best hair.
Probably Bach.
Yeah, Hollywood.
I don't know. I like when he puts his helmet on and he takes it off, and like it's kind of like a Baywatch commercial.
Yeah, Baywatch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Baywatch, right? If you know what I mean.
The Persian Prince, remember?
The Persian Prince, right here, our former co-host.
So he calls himself.
We call him Hollywood. That was his nickname here. Just next time you see him, tell him at the folks.
He's very interesting.
He is an interesting guy.
Very.
Yeah, we found him interesting, and he didn't like the Hollywood nickname, but just call him that anyway when you see him next time. So, hey, Ricardo, we're going to take a timeout, right? We're going to do tonight's stat pack. Now, check out this stat. Not since the days of Vince Lombardi stalking the sideline have the Packers scored touchdowns on a kickoff return and an interception in the same game. That's crazy. We mentioned Keyshawn Nixon, 105-yard kickoff return for a score that electrified Lambeau Field, and then 5 minutes later, Darnell Savage, the pick six. You were kind of leading the convoy there, De'Vondre.
Yeah.
Boy, you had a shot. You had a shot at Kirk Cousins. You should have just leveled him.
I think
you should have leveled him.
Preston did it. He did a good job.
Preston, yeah, kind of shoved him in the end zone, didn't he? But the last
former
time,
teammates.
the last time the Packers scored TDs in that fashion in the same game was October 30th, 1967.
Wow.
Against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Brett, were you there?
I was not born yet, Ricardo. Pro Football Hall of Famer Herb Adderley had the pick six. Travis Williams scored on the 93-yard kickoff return to spark a Packers 31-23 road victory. And another stat, I want to say congratulations to our another former co-host, Aaron Jones, surpassing the 1,000-yard mark again for the third time this season.
Yes.
Showtime joins Amon Green, Jim Taylor, and John Brockington as the only players with at least 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons. So, Ricardo, we're doing trivia tonight, right?
That's right, and we have a full house, so let's get these rules put into place here.
It's going to be hard to keep track of who's in the competition.
Yeah. So here we go. Hey, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
It's right here again. It is nachos and beer here at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar, right? Nachos and beer.
Got to be 21 or older, Brett? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Indeed the rules, yes.
All right. Once you win, though, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win.
So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to ask a question, Captain. I'm going to leave it up to you to pick. There's like 1,000 people in here, so good luck.
De'Vondre, you look this way, I'll look that way.
Okay, now listen. Here we go. I just mentioned the great Travis Williams, right, in our stat pack. What was his nickname? Who knows it? Right here? Yeah, he got it. The Roadrunner.
Oh, that was
Give
quick.
him the nachos and beer.
Road Runner. So he was fast.
He was really fast. Yeah, the Roadrunner. Williams returned 4 kickoffs for scores in 1967. That's tied for the single-season NFL record. His average of 41.1 yards per kickoff return in 67 remains the league's single-season record. Williams, of course, a member
in one season
of the Packers
41 yards.
Why did they keep kicking to him?
Yeah, I don't. Well, it was back in the 60s. They didn't know any better, apparently. Yeah. So. All right, so are we ready to get your guest over here to the big desk? You guys want to see the rookie wide receiver?
Yes.
Hold tight, Christian. We got a long resume for you. Our guest tonight is in his rookie NFL season. He was selected by the Packers in the second round of the 2022 NFL Draft. Our guest tonight has appeared in 13 games this season with 36 receptions, 507 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Explosive.
That's tied for the team high. Our guest tonight has scored 9 touchdowns overall. That leads the team. He entered Week 17 action, tied for first among league rookies, and tied for 11th among all players in touchdown touchdown catches. Our guest tonight also entered Week 17 action, ranked 6th among rookies in receiving yards. Our guest tonight is rewriting the Packers' hallowed record books, isn't he, this season? He currently ranks 3rd in franchise history in touchdown receptions among rookies. He's one of just 3 players in team history with at least 7 receiving TDs and at least 2 rushing touchdowns in a single season, joining Pro Football Hall of Famers Don Hutson and Johnny Blood McNally. How about that? Our guests tonight start collegiately at North Dakota State, where he is part of actually 4 FCS national championship teams. He capped a stellar career at North Dakota State, ranked 2nd in program history in yards per reception and yards per kickoff return, 8th in receiving yards, and 10th in receptions. Our guest tonight comes from a football family. He used to go by the nicknames, apparently from my research, of Spider-Man and Scoot. We're going to ask him about that here in a little bit. Our guest tonight was once clocked running nearly as fast as the speed limit on College Avenue here, folks, in most neighborhood streets. And our guest tonight, has ties indirectly to the Appleton area and northeast Wisconsin. More on that here in a little bit. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 9, the rookie, it's Christian Watson. He's really here. He's really, really here. It's really happening. The rookie is here. Christian, welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here. But because this is De'Vondre's show and you are De'Vondre's guest, the captain insists on asking the first question of the night.
How do I do this every time?
He's not ready, Ricardo.
Okay, I got it. So, as everybody has seen, Christian here is very acrobatic. Did you do gymnastics growing up?
I actually did do gymnastics when I was little. It was something that my parents put all of us in, me, my brother, and my sister.
Man.
I think it was just to get the athletic ability on display early on. I think I did that when I was like 4 years old. But I didn't do it long. But I enjoyed the tricking part of it.
See,
so I stayed with that.
Of course, yeah. Well, we'll probably, I'm sure, show the famous backflip here a little bit later in the show. But
I would definitely get severely hurt if I tried that.
Well, Christian, why don't you display the backflip right now here on the show,
Even
huh?
if I
Why
had
not,
it
huh?
running.
No, don't. We don't want that. We don't want stupid stuff happening here on Clubhouse Live. Be safe.
Come on, Brett. You know LaFleur's watching this.
Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst, they're all watching the show and just making sure that we're behaving.
Upset them.
I don't want to upset them at all. So, listen, Christian, we're gonna become close buddies right now when I say it's not the bison, it's the bison, isn't it? With a Z.
It is. That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
What are we doing tomorrow? We're hanging out, right? We're buddies now.
Yep. Hit me up anytime.
You see, look at this. They want to hang out with me, De'Vondre.
Man, he still ain't even hit me up yet to hang out.
That's because I'm not sure you're serious that you actually want to hang out with me.
I keep telling you every Tuesday.
Well, the weather's supposed to be really bad tomorrow, so I think we're probably going to have to
these excuses you got all the time.
See what I'm saying?
We're going to have to kind of maybe take a rain check.
That's a rule in our program.
What's that?
No complaining, no excuses.
Well, that's not a rule in my house. I whine and complain all the time, Ricardo. That's how I operate. So listen, it's the Bison, and you and I are fast friends, probably forever friends now that I know how to say that. So the Bison, they have a big game coming up on Sunday. Now you're going to get to watch them high noon against South Dakota State in the FCS championship game. What is this, like the 90th straight championship game for North Dakota State? It's crazy. But that is a huge game because not only is it the championship, it's your rival. They beat you guys earlier this year.
They did. Yeah,
Give me a scouting report, Christian. How's that game going to go down?
I don't think it's possible for NDSU to lose to SDSU twice in 1 year. Obviously, we try to make it, not even once in a year, obviously. But I know that our guys got it. Not worried about it at all. I mean, we don't fold under pressure. We go to national championships to win them, not to lose them. So confident in my guys.
There we go.
I like that.
Take that, South Dakota State. What is that? Are they the? I forget.
How many
What's
you
their? Yeah.
3,
Four.
What's South Dakota State's nickname?
The Jackrabbits.
Jackrabbits. That is the Jackrabbits. I couldn't remember that was the South Dakota. Jackrabbits ain't beating the Bison, okay? The Bison, they're green and gold, right? The North Dakota State Bison. So, listen, I understand where the Scoot nickname came from now, right? Because this guy's blazing fast. But where did Spider-Man come from? I understand that your mom gave you that as a young child.
See those backflips?
I saw the backflip, but does Spider-Man do backflips? I don't know.
I mean, he'd be like,
I thought he just kind of does his web thing or whatever. I'm not sure.
I mean, Spider-Man is definitely not one that I hear often. I honestly don't even remember the last time I've heard it. But I mean, I'm sure it just comes from all of that acrobatic stuff that I was doing as a kid that I probably wasn't supposed to be doing. But I mean, I was always doing some crazy stuff, trying to jump off something I'm not supposed to be jumping on, climbing on something I'm not supposed to be climbing on.
yeah, that's where it come from.
I'm assuming that's where it come from.
Hanging on the ceilings, all that stuff.
Upside down.
I also read about this guy that he was actually riding dirt bikes at the age of 4.
I can believe that. That's
4 years
what we
old.
do in Florida.
Really? At 4 years old?
Yeah, we start young.
I guess. So what do you learn? I mean, usually you're on training wheels around that time, right?
Yeah, we start young.
He's on a dirt bike.
That's pretty normal.
He's doing stuff. So listen, I mentioned the local ties, folks. Your Bison teammates. You have a number of folks from this neck of the woods that played. Logan McCormick, Ricardo of Kimberly.
Yes.
DJ Stewart of Kimberly, the state champion Kimberly Papermaker. Sam Young of Neenah. I don't know if you know Sam.
Yep.
Grant Morgan of Oshkosh North there. Nate Jensen of Wapaka just down the road. Dylan Hendricks, Pulaski. Cody Lindquist of Bayport. So.
A lot of national champions.
A lot of national champions right here from Northeast Wisconsin. So there's a pipeline from Appleton, Green Bay to Fargo, it seems like, right? And how does that work? And number two, how many times have those guys been hitting you up for tickets now? Since they're obviously big Packers fans.
I really don't get it often, honestly. I feel like most of the guys that I play with, respect me, just trying to, just work, and obviously, focus on myself. So I don't get any of that too much. But I mean, NDSU has been known for finding guys up in the Midwest who are grinders, diamonds in the rough, and I think there's a lot of them between North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. There's a lot of them, and I think that it's definitely a tribute to our success over the years. Because I mean, there's guys out here that are just willing to work and willing to get better.
We try not to mention Minnesota ever on the show, so just say North Dakota and Wisconsin. We kind of eliminate that state in between us and North Dakota. So, Tampa kid, right? How does a Tampa kid end up in Fargo, North Dakota, and then how does a kid from North Dakota State end up in the NFL as a second-round draft pick and doing what you're doing? Talk about your journey.
So I mean, in high school, I was pretty undersized going into high school. I think I went into high school at probably like 5'8". 130 pounds.
Wow.
So I mean, I was really small. I mean, I grew a little bit throughout high school, up until my junior year. But I mean, I think my junior year of football, I was 5'9", 5'10", 150 pounds. So I mean, I didn't get any recruitment, any notice at all up until that point. And then after my junior year, I shot up, grew 4 inches, put on like 35 pounds. So I had a huge growth spurt, and that's what kind of put me on the map during spring ball going into my senior year. I was 6'2", 175 pounds, and my football program was well known in that area for being really successful.
In the state.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
no. Modest.
Well, you're a Florida guy, so you know all about it, right?
Man, Plant was a powerhouse. So I mean, I think that also helped me kind of get that look, even though I was late in the process. Just having guys around me. I think we had 16 guys go on to play Division I football that year. So there was definitely a lot of us. But
didn't Tebow go to Plant?
No, he didn't. But we had. I mean, there's a lot of notable names. Aaron Murray, James Wilder Jr., Philip Ely. I mean, quite a few guys that went on to have some decent careers. But so I mean, it was a late recruitment process for me. So North Dakota State was actually my only offer going into college. It's
crazy how bad people are at recruiting,
right? And sometimes scouting too, right? I mean, and here you are in the NFL. So the journey from North Dakota State to Green Bay, you just kind of kept redshirted your freshman year, kept working, right, and then built yourself up to the player you are today.
I mean, I knew that all I needed was that one opportunity. So it never kept me down that I wasn't going to play at the Alabamas, the Georgias, as any of those Power 5 schools. I mean, I just knew that, I knew what I was capable of doing, and I knew that I just needed, a platform to do it on. And obviously, NDSU being a big platform for me to do it on for sure. And, I just knew what I was capable of, and I kept on grinding and kept on working. And obviously, I was growing into my body still and just kind of developing into the player that I am today. But, I think that was the perfect place for me to do it and the perfect place for me to put that on display. Had, great quarterback play throughout my years at NDSU. And, I would just head down grinding, and it all worked out.
But it's working out now, isn't it? Captain, tell me about this guy from your vantage point. What have you seen as far as his growth from OTAs, right, mini camp, training camp till now? And then I guess one common thread in doing my stalking of you, Christian, right? That's why I knew about Scoot and Spider-Man, is that he works hard, right? He just is kind of a second-to-none work ethic.
The big thing about it is he didn't really get a chance to do much during training camp. He was hurt.
Right, that's right.
Yep. The NFL is hard, man, and people don't understand, the only way to get better is to be out there and actually get to play. And, he didn't really get a chance to play. So, as you see, the more he gets to play, the better he's going to get. And I always knew he was going to be as good. From the first time I saw him play, it's already there. You're here for a reason. It's just you need the opportunity, and confidence is everything.
Confidence is everything.
It's cool to see him building that confidence.
Yeah, obviously it's sky high right now. Come a long way from the undersized kid from Tampa, Florida, right? Incredible journey.
It's all about just getting the opportunity, man. I tell kids that all the time. You don't have to go to this super big school to get noticed. Every team has a scouting department, and their specific job is to go find the best players in the country. And if you're good enough, they're gonna find you. It don't matter where you go to school at.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, no doubt about it. So good to have this guy in Green Bay. Now, check this out now, folks. I got it right here. I found another story about you online. Honestly, I did a tremendous amount of stalking when I was preparing for the show. I think it was from January of 2020 that said you were clocked. And I think this was from your sophomore year in college. You topped out at a swift 23 miles per hour. He's running almost 25 miles per hour. I mean, he's running like the speed of a car, for heaven's sakes. Is that the fastest you've been clocked, or can you get faster yet? I mean, how fast can you go?
That is the fastest I've been clocked in the practice. I think it was a little over 23. I think it was 23.4 or something.
Well, excuse me. I mean, 23.4.
That's
apparently.
a big difference.
That is a huge difference, apparently.
Being run like a track, that's a big difference.
In track, it is a huge difference. Yes.
But I mean, I've always been a track guy too, and long speed has always been a big thing for me. And in football, you don't get to see a lot of that long speed because it's short bursts, short plays. Not a lot of times where, you're running straight for 80 yards with, no awareness of your surroundings. So, I mean, I definitely think that I could run faster than that, just, doing track and just running long distances. But in football, that is the fastest I've been clocked. I take pride in my speed.
Well, I would think so, yeah. I mean, you're going 25 or 23.4 miles per hour, so... Now, listen, we've had Eric Stokes on the show earlier this season, Rudy Ford not too long ago.
I was just getting at that.
Yeah, now I've thrown the question out.
You got to throw Keyshawn in there,
Keyshawn
too,
Nixon.
He even said.
I've asked him as well.
I know who I had my money on.
Well, yeah.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, first of all, the question was, are you the fastest player on the team? Meaning is, when I asked Eric, are you faster than Christian? Keyshawn, are you faster than Christian? Rudy Ford, and they all said, yes, we can beat Christian Watson. They all think that they're faster than you. What do you say to that?
I think everyone has a lot of pride in themselves, and they don't want to admit it all the time. But I think that there's no contest. I'm the fastest on the team.
Whoa!
There we go.
There you go.
I like that. In other words, he's running anchor on that 4x4 or that 4x1 team, aren't you? You're running anchor. You're taking that baton and you're crossing the finish line. Who is your money on?
That's who I have.
That's who his money's on.
Yeah.
So
Smart
take
man.
that. Take that back to the locker room when you see Stokes, Nixon, and Rudy Ford, and say, "Hey, listen, guys, pipe down." So, what ways do you think you've gotten better as the season progressed, right? That's a big deal, the rookie season. Just you talk about your growth, as I asked De'Vondre to kind of look at it from his standpoint.
I think Dre hit it right on the head. I think for me, it's obviously, hard to, build confidence and build a connection with anybody when you're not out there. So for me, at the beginning, I obviously, came in with a lot of confidence, just knowing that, the position I was drafted in and the team that I was coming into, having so much success in the past. But I mean, the NFL is a different ball game. You don't really know what it's like until you're out there, going against guys who have been doing it for years. So, I think that, just being able to go out there and finally have some consistency, being healthy and just getting out there and getting reps, and, building that confidence back up was huge for me. Obviously, I think there's quite a few things that I could, fine tune and work on. But, obviously it's my rookie year. I'm, obviously hoping that, 4 or 5 years from now, I'm, an even better player by leaps and bounds. But, obviously got to start somewhere. And I think that, just the confidence that I've been able to build throughout this season has been huge for me.
Did you ever hit that proverbial rookie wall that we hear about? And if so, how'd you bust through it?
I talk about the rookie wall. I've talked about the rookie wall quite a few times with just some of the other guys and just seeing how they were feeling. There's definitely quite a bit of repetitiveness when it comes down to, just how the weeks go. You're doing it for so long and you're doing the same things, week after week. But obviously, that's part of the game and that's what you have to do. I definitely, started feeling that a little bit later in the season. But, kind of like we were talking about before, I didn't, get a chance to be doing everything that everyone else is doing in terms of, finishing OTAs and doing the training camp. So, I feel like it hit me a lot less than I'm sure it hit a lot of other guys. I just haven't been out for a period of time, but it's a thing for sure.
I was going to ask too. Was there a singular game, moment, practice where the game all of a sudden just started to slow down, right? And everything just started to click, and you just started to see things really clear. Do you have a moment like that, a singular moment where you kind of had the light bulb went on and said, okay?
I think it's been something that's been building up throughout the entire season for sure. But I'd say as we got into week 8, 9, 10, definitely that week 10 Dallas game. I feel like a kind of like a flip switch to me. And I just kind of knew that, if I was just able to go out there and just clear my mind and just, play free and play fast, that, not a lot of guys out there can stop me. I think that's a huge part of it because, a lot of guys, when they're rookies, they, are thinking too much. That's definitely something I was doing, just thinking way too much. And then, that hurts you sometimes. Obviously every one of us is here for a reason. We have the capabilities to go out there and ball out. You just got to go out there and do it. And I think that's something that kind of hit me in that Dallas game. And I think it's shown quite a bit since.
Definitely has, right? He's lighting it up. A couple more before I do our social media question of the night. But Ricardo, you have something online?
I do have an online question. This is from T. Krebs. He wants to know for Christian. Christian's dad was drafted by the Packers back in '93. Have you talked to your dad about the Packer facility specifically and compared that experience? And are the fans different?
I don't think I've talked to him about the facility specifically, but I've talked to him just about the overall experience of being in this league, and it's a lot different from when he was playing in it. Honestly, sometimes it feels like he's asking me questions about kind of how it's like because of how different it was. I feel like my dad's been more so of just a supporter of me and less of kind of that football guy, and just been more of the supportive dad throughout this process, which has been really nice for me.
Great online question, Ricardo.
Great online question, yep.
I'm going to do one more, and then it's time for a social media question of the night. I do want to ask this. You, Romeo Dobbs, Samari Toure, the 3 rookie wide receivers. Now, of course, the Packers lost an All-Pro. He was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, right? Moved on to the Raiders. So all the chatter was, okay, now the 3 rookies, they got to try, they're coming in, they're going to replace Davante Adams. So how did you guys, and you particularly, kind of navigate your way through all that chatter, right? Because obviously you're out there trying to forge your own identities. Was that a challenge, or were you able to kind of tune out all that talk?
Me personally, I was definitely, doing my best to tune out all that, because everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone's going to have just what they think is going to happen, or what they think is going on, and it's hard to I mean, no single person is exactly like anyone else. So I mean, no one was going to come in here and do exactly what 17 was doing, and you know, that's not what I was trying to do. You know, when I came in right away, I was just trying to be me. I was trying to be Christian Watson, trying to be number 9, and I think that was the same for Romeo and Samori as well. I think we're all just kind of trying to find ourselves and be who we are. And you know, I think that, you know, once we're able to, you know, completely find out who we are and you know, show everybody who we are, I don't think there's going to be any complaints. So
there you go. What do you think of that? Confidence. You like it, right? Well, it's been working out so far. Christian was named the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for November and the NFL's Rookie of the Week for his Week 10 showing against Dallas, right? Remember those 3 touchdowns to help take down the Cowboys. So, hey, Ricardo, how about Christian Watson tonight, everybody, right? We're going to do our social media question of the night. Who do you got?
Yeah, we got Jody Ralston from Facebook. She wants to know, hey, do you have any superstitions on game day?
That's for you, De'Vondre. Well, actually, it can be both guys.
It could be both.
Yeah.
Superstitions. I wouldn't say I have superstitions, but I have a song that I have to listen to no matter what.
Which is? Can you tell us?
It's like so I have a doctor, and like he put these sound waves inside of this song, and it activates your muscles, so I have to listen to it.
Wow, you sound like a robot or something.
Nice.
That's interesting. Maybe I should use something like that.
I don't think it'll help.
Sound waves in my brain. I don't know. How about you, Christian? What do you have?
I mean, I'm definitely not huge into superstition, but I do find myself kind of finding a routine on game day, and I try not to, you know, sway away from that. So I mean, I guess you could call it superstition. I just try to do the same things each and every week, just because, you know, I have no excuses, you know, going forward. You know, I didn't do this, so this happened. You know, I make sure that I do the same thing, so that, you know, regardless of what happens, I know I'm prepared. But I mean, I go out there each and every pregame, and I do the same exact thing. I get my warm up in, get the hamstrings activated, get the hips open, and I catch the same exact routes each and every pregame, each and every week, the same number, same exact routes every time.
There you go. Sounds like a routine and superstition. I need to learn how to activate my hamstrings at some point, too, because the hamstrings aren't working too well, De'Vondre. I don't know what you're laughing about. So, hey, listen.
You got to stretch.
Well, I've tried to stretch, but that hurts. So, for having her question selected, Jody wins a signed photo of De'Vondre Campbell. We'll ask a question each week to either our co-host or our guest, and you can check it out on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Hey, we're going to kind of skip trivia question number 2 because show's getting a little bit long. So, Rosie, I need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live challenge. Let's do it. It's time for the challenge. The bell goes between you guys. Apparently, they like the music. This is what we got, guys. We're going old school. We're going to play a game we like to call How Well Do You Know? It's the oldie, the goodie, the original, right? How well do you know? De'Vondre, Christian, this is how it works. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. They each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, ring the bell. Go ahead, give it a try. That's how you do it. You ring the bell. You can even interrupt a question if you think you know the answer. Now, each question is worth 1 point. Ricardo, you're getting kind of better at this. You're going to kind of try to keep track of the score, right?
I got the abacus. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. At the end of the 5 questions, there will then be a bonus question of a point total that I will determine to make sure De'Vondre wins the game because it is his show. Okay? That's how this works. Now, you have playing partners tonight. Now, De'Vondre, your playing partner, he's right over there. It is Adam. Adam right over there, next by the pillar. And Christian, he's right in front of you. It's Jason wearing the Tennessee Vols sweatshirt. Those are your playing partners. This is what they can win. The winner tonight gets this very cool Green Bay Packers 2023 wall calendar, courtesy of Shields, right?
Nice.
Very nice. It is 2023. You get a signed photo of the captain, De'Vondre Campbell. I'll go like this. And these cool Go Pack Go can koozies, courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite and the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar. The runner-up tonight, because nobody goes home empty-handed, gets this very cool metal hitch cover Packers version, courtesy of Shields for your truck. Yep. And the signed photo and the can koozie. So that is what you're playing for.
Nice.
A lot of pressure, a lot of at stake.
Shields?
What's that?
That's at Shields?
That's at Shields, just right down the Fox River Mall, right down the road. Gear
I go there a
Passenger
lot.
Sports, that's Shields inside the Fox River Mall. There,
I go there a lot.
I did like a commercial just for them right there. So this is what we got. You need the category. You need the category tonight. We're bringing it back by popular demand. How well do you know Wisconsin stuff? How well do you know this great state of Wisconsin, right? How well do you know the Badger State? Ricardo, it's a popular category.
Popular category. You can make sure you get them right, or else this crowd will get a little uneasy.
Yes. So how you guys feeling? Feeling like you know a little bit about Wisconsin, De'Vondre? You've been here for a couple years now.
I'm going to always give them my best.
You always your best. How about you, Christian? Right? You're a smart guy. You know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, I do know a lot of stuff, but I'm not too confident in my
Oh boy.
knowledge.
Oh boy. Well, here we go. Ricardo, you're going to keep track.
I got it,
Rosie,
I got
keep
it.
the music coming. Trivia question number 1. Wisconsinites stay in these when they head north to hang out at the lake and vacation. Hint, they are not called cabins, but what? De'Vondre.
Cottage?
Cottage, yes. Ricardo
Yes.
score.
1-0 De'Vondre.
1-0 De'Vondre. He is in the lead. Trivia question number 2. How do you know if a cheese curd is fresh?
I don't know.
Christian.
It's squeaky.
Yes, Ricardo scored.
1-1.
1-1. You can just
What
see
does that mean, though?
these guys, when you put the cheese curd in your mouth, if it squeaks, it's fresh. Not a deep fried cheese curd like from a cheese store. You take it out in the bag.
Brett, I think it's nice that De'Vondre and Christian, they're listening to the inside voices.
They're really racking their
Really
brains.
good, yeah.
They're really racking their brains here. Trivia question number 3, guys. Who is Bango?
Bango?
Who is Bango? De'Vondre?
The Bucks mascot.
Ricardo scored.
2-1 De'Vondre.
Yes, 2-1 De'Vondre. He is the name of the Milwaukee Bucks mascot. We have lots of well-known mascots. We've got Bernie Brewer, right? So we got the racing sausages. You got Bucky Badger, Fang at Wisconsin, Stevie Pointer.
No
by UW
one knows
Stevens
Stevie Pointer.
Stevie Pointer's the best.
No one cares.
Trivia question number 4. These dining facilities can be found all over the state, often featured nightly specials. Christian.
Supper Club.
Yes, Ricardo scored.
We're tied 2-2.
Supper Club is correct. You guys know a
think
lot about Wisconsin.
They
It's
do. That's
incredible.
amazing.
Here we go. Trivia question number 5, De'Vondre, Christian. What is Wisconsin's state fish? The state fish of Wisconsin. Christian.
The Muskie.
Muskie is correct.
Yes.
Ricardo scored.
3-2 Christian.
3-2 Christian. How did you get that, Christian?
It was just it came to me slow, but I got it.
That was one of those Wonderlic questions, right, for the NFL. So 3-2. That means this bonus question is worth 2 points, De'Vondre, to give you a chance to win the game.
Let's see what we got.
Now, the Milwaukee Bucks, we mentioned them, right, with Bango. They are an NBA title contender, right? The Bucks are looking pretty good. They, of course, are led by superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. Spell Giannis. Christian.
Giannis.
Ricardo!
Yes.
He got it!
Yep.
Giannis is correct. Christian Watson wins. How well do you know tonight?
I thought you was going to ask for the last one.
You all did, didn't you, right? Rosie, championship music, that means Jason Bino, you're going home with the wall calendar, the signed photo, and the canned koozie. Hey, hopefully you got a truck at him. You're getting the hitch cover, right? And the signed photo and the canned koozie. Come on up after the show to pick up your prizes. How about a big round of applause tonight? Antetokounmpo, Antetokounmpo. That's 13 letters.
Wouldn't stand a chance.
My last name is actually 14 letters. It's a little bit longer than Antetokounmpo. Easier to say. So, hey, we're having some fun. We're winding down, and it's time to thank Christian for being here. We have some gifts for Christian because it's been cool that he's been able to hang out with us tonight, right? The holiday season is not over with yet, Christian Watson. I've got some presents for you, and of course, the first one is, put it up on the screen. This is what we're going to give Christian. It is the backflip photo. And I want to say the guy who took that photo is standing right behind you. He's our cameraman, Dan Powers. He's one of the photographers, our field photographers. Bill Glasheen, the other one. Bill's somewhere around here. I lost him. So that is a very cool picture. By the way, what are you thinking at that very moment?
As you can tell from my facial expression, I don't think I'm thinking about very much.
You're thinking about stick the landing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just thinking about landing on my feet.
Landing on your feet. Yes.
And Brett, don't forget about Torque. He's also a photographer.
Yep, that's right. Torque Mason behind us too, but he's a Bears fan. We
Bears.
don't. Right, he's a Bears fan. That's all right. You know, 3-13, whatever. And then we're going old school. How about Christian Watson wearing
There
the
you go.
Bison green and gold? Right. Look at that, wearing the number 1. That's for you as well, for your man cave. So that when I do come over to your house and hang out, I'll see those hanging on your wall, right?
Yes, you will. Yes, sir.
All right. So, Ricardo, are we doing trivia question number 2, or was that question asked? Was it about a gymnastics?
Well, yeah. You actually asked about the gymnastics question.
So
De'Vondre was all over it.
De'Vondre was all
Sorry,
over
Wendy.
it. So, well, let's do this a little bit more, and we'll wind down. And then I'm going to need the bucket, Ricardo, because it's time to draw for these great Miller Lite deck tickets. But, guys, how dangerous are the Green Bay Packers right now? How dangerous are you guys? You can pull out this win and get in the playoffs.
As I said before, man, I think we can beat anybody. You know, when we play the way we've been playing over the past month, we can beat anybody. So I think it all goes into the preparation. We have to continue to just take it one day at a time. And when the time comes, I think we'll be ready.
Christian, yeah. Feel like something special is building right now? You feel like obviously trending in the right direction, but you can't get that feel, that energy, that buzz. Like, hey, we got something good going here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the energy is there. I think the mentality is there. We just got to go out there and be who we are. And obviously, continue to put that on showcase. And like Dre said, I think that there's not a team out there that can beat us but ourselves. But we're not going to let that happen. So. Yeah,
one more win, and they're in the tournament, as they say. De'Vondre, you know the Detroit Lions. They're playing really good football, too, right after a rough start of their own. Now they're battling with you as well. Keys to beating Detroit, you know this team a little bit. And what do you need from the Lambeau Field crowd on Sunday night? Whoa, Grizzly Dan's all ready for the game.
He's already got the keys, man.
He's got the keys. What do you need from the crowd?
A lot of noise. I think Jared Goff's a good quarterback. Let me just say that firsthand, but I don't think he handles adversity well. So got to make him uncomfortable.
Make him uncomfortable. Get that crowd really loud.
He's like Cousins. Goff is just like Cousins.
What do you want from that Lambeau crowd on Sunday night? This is going to be something else. It's going to be electric.
Sure. I mean, I think that we go in each and every week just thinking that we got to get better each and every week, and I think the same thing goes for the fans. It was a crazy atmosphere this past week, and I think that if we can even take it a notch up this week, it's going to be a crazy one, and that's all we need.
And one plea: do not do the stupid wave when the Packers are on offense. Right? Knock it off. Stop doing the wave. Just stop doing the wave. Period. Right? That's the whole thing. So. Hey, Ricardo, we need the bucket. It is time to draw for the tickets. Can you bring it up or maybe pass it up? And we are going to let De'Vondre, we're going to put you on the spot again, De'Vondre. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate that.
Brett, I'd mix them up a little bit.
Did you mix them up?
I need you to
want me to mix them up? And then we're going to have De'Vondre. Somebody's going home. You're kind of nervous, aren't you? Maybe it'll be Tracy Santos and her Vikings brother, right? We don't have any Lions fans here, do we?
Any questions today?
Well, we gave her the week off, right? She's whoa, I dropped one. Hold on, folks.
Uh-oh, unfair.
Hold on. We'll get that over to you, and then we'll let you draw. All right, now it's in, mixed up. Go ahead, De'Vondre. These 2 tickets, who are they going to? Sunday Night Football, Packers Lions, playoffs on the line.
Everybody's looking at me.
He's got the winning ticket. Who do we got?
Adam Kruder.
Adam. Who's this guy? This guy's got the hot hand tonight.
Whoa.
Adam. Come on up, Adam. That's him, yep. I'll let you give those tickets to Adam. Congratulations, Adam. You're going to the game on
Crazy.
Sunday
That's
night.
2 weeks in a row that my partner.
Yeah, that's
Has
right.
won the
That was his
tickets.
playing partner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
What are the odds of that?
You are a robot.
Man.
Something's really weird. So, hey, how about De'Vondre Campbell and Christian Watson tonight, everybody? Hey, Ricardo. Before we wind down, we're going up north. We have to pick Packers Lions Sunday Night Football. Who's winning the big game?
Look.
Know your audience, Ricardo.
Well, no, it's not just that. I don't even think it'll be a question. I think, first off, I think Seattle will lose. They'll get upset, so then the game won't mean as much. But I still thought the Packers would win. We'll say Packers by 5.
By 5?
By 5.
Okay, well, at least you're picking. Hey, this victory visor has been red hot lately, right? It's going back on the head. How about 31-10, Mean Gene? How about 31-10? Packers defense, they're flying around. You kind of shut them down on a very fast Ford Field turf, right? Well, now you got the Lambeau Field turf, the Lambeau Field grass in January, so no reason to think you guys can't do the same. I like your defense, De'Vondre, to continue to force turnovers. You're going to stymie our friend Jamal Williams, right? He's having a great season, but you're going to shut him down. Meanwhile, your offense kind of balanced, working on all phases, right? Everybody's healthy. The offensive line's playing well. Keyshawn Nixon's bringing a big-time spark. Everybody's kind of gelling. And I think if there's anything to consider when thinking about this matchup, it's this. There is no way the Packers are losing to the Detroit Lions at Lambeau Field with the playoffs on the line, right? It's not going to happen. It ain't happening. We'll be talking about playoffs next week on the show. Ricardo, Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers, unlimited digital access to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low, Brett, 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today.
Fantastic deals, all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites and newspapers. I want to thank our sponsors and friends. First, our 3 presenting sponsors. We have Cellcom, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. By the way, Cellcom again, let them help you accomplish your resolution to save with their largest sign-on bonus ever. Again, get $500 when activating a new smartphone line, plus make the switch to Cellcom and get up to an additional $650 per line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. I also want to thank our supporting sponsors, Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, and the good folks here at the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel. And I do want to thank Ricardo. We have some special guests here tonight. We have Gusman Chevrolet of Kaukauna, new inventory arriving weekly. Thanks to Gusman for hanging out with us tonight. And we have Lowry Financial Partners, an advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Where's Lowry? They're back over there, I think, right? So thanks for being here as well. Programming note, De'Vondre. We already know, as I said, who next week's guest is going to be. And, folks, I think you're going to be excited as well. We have another rookie wide receiver as we welcome Romeo Dobbs to the big show. Romeo's going to be here. You won't want to miss that, so be here at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar in Appleton next Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Christian, anything that I should ask Romeo, any dirt on Romeo, anything I can use to embarrass the heck out of this guy?
No, I think you'll get some good answers out of him with whatever you ask him. I think Romeo's a good dude. He's a funny dude, so try to just get him out of his shell a little bit, get him talking, and it'll be enjoyable.
No problem here, right, De'Vondre? No problem at all. By the way, what a good teammate, right? So. And I just want to say, right now, I guess this, I think maybe our farewell show, De'Vondre, this was your last scheduled visit to Clubhouse Live on the season, the regular season. So I'm going to give you the final word. It's been a blast getting to hang out with you, but we'll see. Maybe we can twist your arm and you can join us for some playoff shows if it gets that way too. But I don't want to put you on the spot either. So, but if you want to, that'd be great.
Like I said, I just want to say I appreciate you all for coming out and hanging out with me. I don't think this will be our last show, and I firmly believe that.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Mike Cruz, can you get the contract out right now and get him signed up for a few playoff shows? We're ready to go. We're ready to sign you on the dotted line. Any more final words for these great fans as they get ready for the big Sunday night game?
Just take it easy. Don't go too hard.
You got to look at Mean Gene when you say that.
Yeah, I want you to be able to enjoy the game.
There you go.
It's going to be a good one.
Going to be a good one. All right. Yeah, keep those claps coming for the captain, for Scoot. For Ricardo and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off. Be back here next Monday night, 6:30 p.m., as we celebrate a Packers playoff berth, right? With Packers wide receiver Romeo Dobbs. Hey, Mean Gene, it's your turn. Take it away.